Girl, I would be that girl. I would dress up, go out, can't see for nothing. Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Kimberly. I do videos on beauty, lifestyle, hair, just like everything, girl. Like whatever I feel like it's there, but it's mainly like lifestyle and beauty stuff and hair related. So guys, today's video is long overdue. Y'all have been asking me for my Lasik journey, and finally I'm here to spill it all. The cost, where did I go, the after effects, that I regret it, like all that. We're gonna get into it today. I've been wanting to do this video, but I feel like I needed to, you know, like let it actually like sit and then come back with an actual informed like a video, and not just hurrying up to say, okay, I did Lasik, just give y'all some information that doesn't make sense. But yeah guys, let's start out with, like, if you haven't been to my channel before, you wouldn't have known that I wear I used to wear glasses, excuse me. I had nearsightedness ever since I was a child, and at 13, that was when it really hit me that I couldn't see. I remember being in class and sitting at the back of the class, I couldn't see the board. I literally would have to sit right at the front, right by the teacher's desk, to see what was on the board. But anyways, at 13, I told my mom, listen, I can't see, I'm in the class, and to get my notes, I have to be under the board. I feel like something is wrong. So she finally took me to the eye doctor. Went to the doctor, they checked my eyes, my vision was horrible. So I could see like right to here, but I couldn't see beyond a certain like feet or whatever, because I have a nearsightedness, and I had nearsightedness, and I also had astigmatism in both of my eyes, which was the most annoying thing. So I started wearing glasses at 13. Girl, I would be that girl. I would dress up, go out, can't see for nothing, because guess what? I don't want to put glasses on because I don't want to mess my makeup up, and I look cute, girl. I'll be outside looking so fire, not being able to see, okay? And no one really knew that. Like, if I was beefing with somebody at the time and they came up to me, like, I wouldn't even realize until they were like right here. So they would have like walked up to me and like hit me in the head or something. I would not have known. So I started wearing contacts, and then what I noticed with like regularly wearing contacts, my eyes would be blurry sometimes. I would feel it moving around, and I'm looking and I'm blinking like, why am I not seeing? So it wouldn't stay in place. That was one. And also I would get eye infections a lot with the contacts, and oftentimes I would fall asleep with my contacts. I didn't really take the best care of my eyes when I had contacts, if I'm being honest, but I don't know. It was kind of my fault, like getting those eye infections, but also not really, because contacts are annoying. You take them out, you wash them. I don't think you can truly clean them, even though I use a solution. I feel like maybe if I did like dailies, I probably would have had less eye infections. So contacts were just not it for me. I wanted to get my vision corrected. I wanted to do it, but I was scared for a long time. So I'm like, let me wear contacts, let me wear glasses. I even went to the point where I was wearing dailies and those kept falling out of my eyes. I don't know what happened, but I would have it in, and 1 second I'm looking, I can't see out of one eye, and then I realize I'm only wearing one contact, and I have to be closing one eye and looking for the contact. That's the most annoying thing in the world. So how did I get to doing Lasik? So one day I was driving and I noticed I couldn't see the sign. I was like in traffic, and I'm like, what's going on? Like my contacts just went out of focus. And I literally got so scared, and I'm just like, yo, you gotta do something about your eyes. Like, it's getting out of control, and contacts are not doing it for you. And I feel like that day, because of how like scared I felt in that moment, and it took a while for my eyes to like get back regular where I could see, because of the stigmatism, the contact kept moving around. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna get Lasik. In traffic, that came on me because I was scared. So I came home, started Googling places, and I'm like, okay, where am I gonna go? I'm gonna go. I finally found somewhere that had really good reviews. Like, I found 2 places, but then I read the reviews, and one of the places, it was saying like, you know, it's like scam-ish. They went there and it wasn't a real place and all kinds of stuff. And then I found this place and the reviews were amazing. And I'm like, oh my god, I feel like this is the place. So I called them and I'm just like, hi, I want to get my eyes fixed. Like, how does that work? And the lady was like, oh, you have to come in for a consultation. And I'm like, okay. So I made my appointment for my consult. And guys, if you don't know what LASIK is, I'm gonna tell you the Google definition. So basically, according to Wikipedia, LASIK, commonly referred to as a laser eye surgery or laser vision correction, is a type of refractive surgery for the correction of myopia, hyperopia, whatever that is, and the actual cure for astigmatism, since it is in the cornea. So basically, because that was a lot without really telling you what it is, they use like a laser to correct your vision, but you have to first go to a consultation to see if you are a good candidate, because if you have like eye diseases and like different things, yeah, things that disqualify you. And when they told me I had to do a consult, I'm like, okay, like I wonder if my eyes are so horrible that I can't, you know, I can't get LASIK. So anyways, I went to the consult. After doing it, they put something in my eyes. I don't know what it was, to be honest, but they put something in there that dilated my pupils so they could see my eye like to the back and just everything about my eye. After getting out, the man was like, you are a great candidate. Yes, it'll be perfect. You'll be able to see. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, since I'm a candidate, sign me up now. So I said to him, when can I do this? Like, I didn't even think, oh my God, how much is it gonna cost or what am I gonna do? I'm just like, sign me up now. I don't care. I wanna do this. So he was just like, okay, we do it every Thursday. They do it once a week. Oh guys, and the place that I went to is called Pannu Laser Institute. I'm gonna put it somewhere on the screen. I have my little book here, my little file that they gave me, but this is where I went. I know this video isn't sponsored, I wish it was, but anyways, this is where I went, and I'm just giving you my experience because it was so amazing. And if you're in Florida, I feel like you should check them out if you're trying to do something like this. I went to them the Tuesday, and the following week, because I went in November, the following week was going to be Thanksgiving, so he was just like, we're gonna be closed next week, so you could do it after. I'm like, sir, I'm not trying to do it after, I can't see. So is it a possibility for me to do it Thursday? This was Tuesday. And he's like, I mean, if you went home and took your contacts out, because I went there in contacts, if you went home and took your contacts out and not put them back in, yes. I'm like, okay, say less. So I went to like the receptionist and she's like, okay, so the cost for the procedure is $4,400 and you can finance, or if you wanted to pay the full amount. At the time, I had like, how much on hand, like extra cash? I had like maybe like $3,500, and I'm like, okay, so I need another $900. And I'm like, okay, if I wait until Monday, because the following Monday I was waiting for a payment for something. I'm like, if I wait until Monday to do it, to get that payment, sorry, I would have to go Thanksgiving without being able to see. I would have to wait like 2 weeks. I'm like, listen, no. So what I did was I used a care credit, and you can use care credit. And for me personally, I'm trying to build my credit. So if you're trying to do a procedure and you want to build like your credit score, a good way to do it is by like financing. I personally think that it's a great idea, especially if you're trying to build your credit and you make your payments on time, or better yet, do like me, you just pay majority of it and then just pay the payments in chunks, and then that looks good on your credit anyways because you paid it off like way before the time and whatever. But I did that and it was $4,400. So the Tuesday, that Tuesday I went home. I couldn't see at first because they put the thing in my eyes to dilate my pupils, so I couldn't really see. So I went home. Did I drive myself? Oh yes, oh wow, I drove there. But he told me to put my contacts back in to go home, and I'm like, sir, I can't really see because my pupils are so huge. When they dilate your pupils, you can't see like in front of you right here, but you can see far. So he was like, you can drive home, you'll be fine. And he gave me like some little sunglasses, some little weird plastic sunglasses. I'm gonna try finding a picture, putting it on the screen, and I drove myself home. So guys, my procedure was on November 18th. It was a Thursday. I had gone there on the 16th for the consult, and I did it 2.5 days later. and I was fine. Even though it says do not wear your contacts for 3 days prior, I was still fine. So I went there for like 11:45. They told me that I'll be there for like 3 hours. Be prepared because they only do LASIK surgeries 1 day out of the week. So there was a lot of people, and Thanksgiving was the other week. So I'm like, everybody trying to see for Thanksgiving? Like, okay. So I went. It wasn't, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I've done a few procedures before, but this was one of the most easy procedures I've ever done, if that makes sense. The recovery was nothing. So I went, filled out my little form, signed my life away. I find any clips of that day, I'll put it on the screen, but I signed my life away basically. They told me to dress comfortably. I think I had sweats on, and it was saying that I wasn't supposed to wear makeup or any kind of perfume, which I didn't. And you could eat or drink whatever, but they told me to not have coffee because it probably makes you know, like how coffee makes you like jittery. So I didn't have coffee at all that day. And they said I needed someone to take me home. Y'all, I took an Uber. Imagine not being able to see, and I took an Uber, but I told the nurse I didn't have anybody to pick me up, and she's like, okay, we'll take you to the Uber. They were so nice. They took me to the Uber and everything. They took a picture of the license plate. Oh my God, just to make sure I was safe. Anyways, they give you a prescription at first to get, so I went and I got my prescription, like some medicated drops that were so expensive, but the doctor gave me like a little voucher thing that made it cheaper. I don't remember the cost of the prescription if I'm being completely honest, but I feel like it was like $200 and something, and then the thing that the doctor gave me made it a little less. So the eye drops were a little expensive if you ask me, but they're medicated and you can't get them over the counter, so I guess that's why it's that expensive. I went to the office, I waited very, very long, and then finally I went in the room. The procedure took like 5 minutes or like less. It was this quick. Like, imagine not being able to see and someone fixed your eyes in like a few minutes. That's crazy. That's crazy. I haven't been able to see my whole entire life, okay? So I went inside, I got laid on this table. They gave me a pill. I think it was Xanax or something. They gave me something, like a sedative to kind of like calm me down. So I took that before I went in, and I'm extremely claustrophobic. I feel like tight spaces make me freak out. So I was laying on this little thing and my heart was going boom, 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 boom. But the doctor, oh my God, I just call him Dr. M because I can't pronounce his name. He was so amazing. He like talked me through the whole thing. His voice made me not be scared. Like, he was like, okay, so we're gonna move you over here. Oh, in the room are like 3 nurses and the doctor. So he's like, we're putting you on the bed. After I lay down, he's like, we're moving the bed here. And every single thing that he was going to do, he told me. So I wasn't like jumping and being like frightened by anything. I knew what was happening. And then guys, he told me to open my eyes. I opened my eyes, and then he's like, look, I think follow the light or some crap. I followed something, and then it just went, and it was pitch black. Like, I feel like you go blind for a second. I don't know if I'm being extra, but they did a thing and it just went, like, it made a sound and it went black, like nothingness. Not even like when you close your eyes kind of nothingness. It was just a big black space. I could see nothing. And then he just clicked another thing again, and girl, my eye was normal. And then he did the other one. It literally smelled like burning hair, to be honest, the smell of the laser. But it was done in like 5 minutes. Then I got out. At first when I got up, I'm like, wait, okay. And he's like, everything is a little blurry, but it'll get better. But even at that moment of getting off that bed, I could see, if that makes sense, because without my contacts, I couldn't see anything. But getting up off that bed, it was like hazy, kind of like when you're underwater, but I could still see things. And I'm like, whoa, I can see. Okay, and then I went to the room. They kind of like talked to me and told me whatever. The nurse discharged me, called the Uber. The Uber came. The nurse put me in the Uber, took a picture of the Uber, and then I went home. So the recovery is short. It's so easy. It's such an easy procedure. I don't know why I waited this long to get my eyes fixed. When you don't know, like, you literally don't know. So the doctor said I was supposed to go home keep my eyes closed for at least 4 hours or more after the procedure. So when I was in the Uber, they gave me like these little sunglasses, like these blade looking glasses. So I had those on, and then I went straight inside, and he's like, go to sleep for 4 hours or more. I slept for 5 hours because I was tired. I don't know if it was the pill that they gave me, but something had me really tired, and I went to sleep. So after waking up, he's like, that's the recovery. That's all the recovery that you do. I'm like, what? After you wake up, you'll be able to see, and tomorrow you'll be able to drive yourself to the post op. And I'm like, how am I gonna do that? And he's like, you'll be able to do that. And I'm like, no, I can't. But lo and behold, as soon as I got up, I could see better. Like, it was still hazy, but girl, I could see stuff. I could see the time on the microwave, even though it was like foggy, like, you know, like when you have water on your screen, but like you can still see through it. Like, I don't know, I've never been able to see anything. And when I woke up, I was able to see. And he told me, oh, after you sleep that long sleep, do something like relaxing, watch a little TV. Girl, tell me why I turned my TV on and I could see the screen. I could cry, okay? And then when I was supposed to use the drops, sorry. So you use your drops, use your drops 4 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I was using my drops for a week. Yes, that's what I did. I used the medicated drops for a week. You're not supposed to wear any makeup for a week, so I didn't wear any makeup. No sports. Oh, it says wear eye protection for all sports. I don't play sports, so that didn't do anything for me. No swimming, no diving for 2 weeks. You can have like redness or bruising. I had no complications, nothing. My eyes look normal. I don't know. He was just that good. I didn't have any bruising on my eyes. And they told me if I had like, what you call it, discomfort, take Tylenol. I didn't feel any pain. Like, it was the simplest, and just, it's such a breeze. I don't know how else to explain it. It was such a breeze, okay? It was literally such a breeze. All I kept thinking, you could have been able to see this whole time, but you didn't know that that it was this easy. Like, I didn't know. I felt like it was something so hard, and I felt like I was going to be, you know, down for a while, or like I was just scared that I wouldn't be able to see at all. But anyways, after all that, the next morning I woke up. It was a beautiful world, but it was still hazy, but I could see. And I drove to my appointment, and he's like, you're doing so good. My right eye, he said, was moving faster than the left eye, but it's okay, it'll catch up. And he told me to use my drops, be careful, no makeup, and I did that. I followed the instructions. I have this shield thing that I used to have to put on to go to sleep. I'm gonna like take a picture, put it on a screen or something, but it's a shield I used to put on. Yeah, so you can't rub your eyes for a month. So I used to wear the eye shield that they gave me all the time when I go to sleep, even though you were only supposed to wear it for a week. But I tend to rub my eyes, especially in my sleep. So I wore my eye protection for like a month. Besides that, you're really not restricted, because after a week I did wear makeup, but I was still so scared, so I didn't put anything on my eyes. I took my eyelash extensions off as well, just because I was scared, you know, I would mess my eyes up. Besides that, there was really no restrictions. I came home after my follow-up, and I was not supposed to go back until 3 months later. I think 3 months later. No, 6 weeks. Oh my god. I was supposed to go back in 6 weeks. So at first, my eyes were just blurry, and then within like the second day, it was clear. It was HD. By the third day, girl, I was seeing in 4K, okay? I was seeing in 4K, but the thing is, it took me like a week for my brain to register that you don't wear glasses anymore, because every time I woke up to go to the bathroom, I kept reaching for glasses. Or I remember being on the phone with my friend, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to sleep, I'm so tired, I'm gonna go take out my contacts. And she's like, well, contacts, you just like did your eyes. And I'm like, oh dang. Because my body and like, well, my brain is so used to glasses and contacts, it took a minute for my brain to catch up with the fact that you can see. As it relates to like side effects, the only side effects I feel like I had was dry eyes. My eyes were dry all the time. All the time. And then at 6 weeks, I went back for my visit. He said he noticed that my eyes are really dry. Was I using the drops? And I'm like, sir, honestly, I was not. I kind of stopped using the drops like 3 weeks, because I'm like, I can see it's great outside and out here like living my best life. I did like bad on the aftercare. I feel like it was my fault because at first I was using drops all the time, and then I kind of stopped because I'm like, girl, I can see I don't need this. So he told me I need to start using the drops again, and I did. And at that time I missed my eyelashes so much, I went and I got eyelashes. But because my eyes were so dry, the lashes caused like a bad reaction. My eyes were hurting. I literally popped all my lashes out in my sleep because it was burning so bad, and that was because my eyes were extremely dry and the glue on the lashes, the fumes, were not working with my eyes. Okay, they weren't meshing together. So after that I called my doctor because I felt like I was not seeing anymore. My eyes were blurry and I was freaking out that I had lost my vision again or something, which wasn't the case. I went back to him on the 2nd of February. Girl, I had just went again after my eyes were messing up and I popped all the lashes out. The end of the month I went and I got lashes again. So I went to my doctor February 2nd and he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I can't see. I think I'm losing my vision. So he did an examination and he said to me, okay, close your eyes and just sit there. So he had me close my eyes for like 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I was able to read all the lines and see like, is it 2015 vision is better than 2020? Because at first he asked me to read it and everything was like getting blurry. And then he did that little exercise and he said, you know what is going on with you? You are not doing like proper self-care. And I'm like, what he's talking about? I do self-care. And he's like, no, your eyes are tired. When he did the thing, my eyes weren't like moving. It was just some other stuff. He's like, he looked at the muscle under the microscope. My eyes were really, really tired. And he's like, the lashes, there's a lot of debris on the lashes. He wants me to take them off. And I'm like, sir, I did my lashes yesterday. And he's like, he's giving me like a week to take them off and then start using the drops all the time and try cleaning my lash line better. So yeah, I had to take my lashes off after doing a full set, which was annoying, but my vision was worth more than lashes. So I took them off. I tried cleaning my eyes better. And what he did was change my eye drops to a preservative-free drops because the drops that I had preservatives, and that was what was giving me this little like secretion thing that was on my eye that wasn't coming off. So we switched it around and I know my eyes started doing better. I was seeing so good and I started using my drops 3 times a day, so my eyes were really moisturized and I was doing good. Then I cut my hair off and I decided to put lashes on again. But this time though, wait, this time was better because my eyes were not dry and I made sure I cleaned my lash line a lot, so it was doing better. And I went back for, is it my 3 months or 4 month follow-up? I went there on the 22nd of March and today's the 30th of March, so I went there like a week ago, a little over a week ago, but I went on the 22nd and it was 4 months. So 4 months post-op, he's like, okay, good news, your eyes are doing better. They're not dry today, which is amazing to hear. And then he's like, the only thing is you're still not resting from the screen. I can see that your eyes are tired. And he keeps saying to me, you work a job where you're always on your screen. You have to make notes. Like you gotta make a notation to yourself that pause, rest your eyes. Pause, like rest your eyes, because I'll be on my screens all day. And I told my doctor that I got some Blu-ray glasses. Blue light, oh shoot. I told him I got some blue light glasses and he's like, yeah, that'll help, but it's not gonna rest your eyes. You still need to take breaks away from the screen. So that's how we're doing. He said my eyes are doing so good, except that I need to rest. And other than that, he's saying that my eyes are coming into a season that he's gonna love because it's summertime now. Well, not summertime, but it's getting warmer. So he's like, the warmer it is outside, the less dry your eyes are. And I'm like, wow. So he's like, the warm weather, even though our body hates the humidity, or eyes, if we have LASIK, love that. So I'm happy. My eyes haven't been dry. I've been wearing my lashes and yeah, it's all good. I'm so happy I did this procedure. I feel like I covered everything I hope I did. I hope I did. If I didn't, leave some questions down below. And I'm happy I did it. And I'm sorry I didn't do it earlier. And I would do this again in a heartbeat. If you have like an eye condition, like, you know, that you suffer from and you're thinking about LASIK, I would tell you, do your research, find somewhere reputable. Your eyes, you have to protect them at all costs. Like, you can't get new eyes from anywhere. Like, you really can't. So do your research, and definitely I would encourage anybody who's thinking about it to get it, as long as you do proper research. I hope you guys liked it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It was a little long. I wasn't trying to get it to be this long, but when I start talking, I just don't know when to shut up. But anyways, I love you guys. Be sure to watch out for my new video or videos that are coming up. Be sure to subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and any other questions you have, please leave them in the comments. Bye.